we are leaving Santa Barbara, California. So we are going to be leaving here. My ideal plan was to leave here May 5th, which is on Monday. However, I procrastinated and I did not buy my RV lock door in time. So I'm either going to be leaving if it comes in on Monday, depending on what time I may leave on Monday. But right now my goal is to leave by Tuesday. And then by Tuesday, I believe I'm going to go and stay at a campground. We're going to see how it goes. It's supposed to be a primitive campground, but it's supposed to be 100% free. So we're going to see what that looks like or what that entails. And then I have a 2-night stay already planned and dedicated in Hurricane, Utah. So I'm going to be spending 2 nights there. I want to see my girlfriends back in Cedar City. And then from there, we're going to either stay maybe 1 night in Moab, or we'll go ahead and cross the border into Colorado. We'll stay 1 night there, and then we'll go from there, and we'll probably just go straight on to Almont just to go ahead and get settled in for our new season. So just to kind of give you guys an update, I've been reflecting a lot on my time here in California, and particularly reflecting on my time as a volunteer camp host here at Elings Park in Santa Barbara, California. This particular job was probably by far the most different one in regards to like setup and wages, if you will. So like I said, this was a volunteer spot, so you don't get any financial pay. I've already done a day in my life video, and I really broke down what volunteering here looks like, and I'll go ahead and I'll tag that one on the video, or I'll tag it down below in the description. However, just overall reflecting as a whole regarding the season and myself here, I would say this particular season has been kind of hard for me, just because one, the financials here has been really difficult. I knew before I got here that it was going to cost a lot more to live here, but I just didn't realize exactly how much it was going to cost. So whenever I first got here, I had to juggle not one, but pretty much about 3 jobs. And juggling those 3 jobs, I really didn't have a lot of free time, and I wasn't really making a lot of money even though I was juggling 3 jobs. So the 3 jobs was volunteering. I also worked at a dog wash, and I halfway worked at a restaurant. So that was pretty tough. Then about 3 months ago, I ended up working at Pete's Coffee. Pete's Coffee, it was really good to me and has been good to me. I have nothing bad to say about working there. I actually enjoyed it, and I wish that I would have gotten more hands-on experience regarding the barista training, but I enjoyed like the people I worked with, and I believe I made a pretty good friendship there. So yeah, I don't know how I got onto that rambling scheme, but since I was there for 3 months, well, I've been there for a little more than 3 months. Well, no, right at 3 months. So I've been at the Pete's Coffee place about 3 months. And since I've started that one, I have had more of a routine schedule. However, because whenever I first got here, I took those lower paying jobs because I knew I needed a job as soon as possible, and I thought it was going to pan out better than the way it did. It took me a little bit longer to actually save up, because anytime I go to move or before I move seasons, if I don't have an end of season bonus, which this one does not come with an end of season bonus, obviously, I need to save money, because how am I going to get from one season to the next season? That's always the hardest part, especially as a solo traveler. So what I did is I took part of my paychecks, I took part of the tips that I earned, whatever cash that I could bring in, essentially, I set up a savings account for myself to get me from here to Colorado. You got to think about gas, you got to think about groceries, foods, things that could go wrong, because I guarantee you, if you're not planning for it, something is going to go wrong. So I just had to plan for all of that, and it has been pretty hard. I have managed to save up about $1,000, give or take. So we're going to see how much it costs to get from here to Colorado. I'm going to use it all on one particular credit card, which my favorite one is the Capital One that I use. You can also get cash back on it, and it's a really good way to track and see what you're spending your money on. So I'm going to really see and track my budget and figure out exactly how much I'm spending. Whenever I left Utah and I went from Utah to here, I spent right at $600. Now, that one I still did primitive camping. That one I did stay a little bit longer, but here I also got to get my propane tanks refilled. I have 3 propane tanks. All of those need to be refilled. And I don't want to do all that in California because I know it's going to be expensive. I want to just get one refilled for now and wait until I get to Colorado or Arizona or another state to refill the rest of them. So that is that. Talking about reflecting, this particular season, well, I like to say I always learn something new in each place that I go to. Now, this particular season, I would say the reflection I would have as a summary is learning to be by myself again. So in Utah, I had Kelly and Mickey. I had, they had Piper Girl. So Kelly, Mickey, and Piper Girl. I had Leanne and Kira Girl. We had Sam and Liz for a little while, and then they left. I had Kate for a little while, and she left. So I already had a pretty good community right there at camp, our home base. And then I also found the wonderful ladies with the girls who hike, or I think it's women who hike in southern Utah, and the 2 Melissas and Tam, Miles. They are my absolute favorite. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them again whenever I go to St. George for a little while for the 2 nights. But if you think about it, I had a really strong community there, and I realized that I love community, and I don't have to have community, but I crave community. Here, I haven't really found that. I've actually been given a lot of rude comments, and it's surprising at how hateful some people can be. So I've gotten told to literally get the F out of here. I've gotten told to go back to where I came from because I don't sound like I belong here. Yeah, it's been, this particular season, I would say, has really honed in about being 100% myself and not caring, like, or not caring, but not letting it get to me so much, which has been hard for me in the past because I'm like, I don't understand like what your problem is, or like why do you have to be that way. I'm never going to know that. That's none of my concern. Like, if you are 100% miserable in your own life, there's nothing I can do for you. It's just been, it still blows my mind. I don't even know how to summarize my feelings for California, or my feelings for this season, I should say. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I am just simply stating my feelings, my opinions. I'm ready to kind of close this chapter. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to see what the heck life's going to throw at me in May while we're in Utah, or not Utah, while we're in Colorado. And I am ready for the change of pace that I know that I need. So far, out of my 2 years of traveling, if I was to relocate or pick a home base based on community, it would 100% be Utah. Hands down, I would move to Utah just for the community. I wouldn't think twice about it. If I was relocating based on scenery and nature and that type of thing, I would move to West Virginia. And people think I'm crazy for it, but West Virginia will always have a special place in my heart. I loved my time there. Far West Texas and Big Bend, I could 100% care less about it. I don't care to go back. I know people glamorize online and all of that about like Big Bend and going and having this wide open space and everything like that, but let me tell you, the people that actually live there year round, that's not the type of community I want. That's not the type of community I want to live nearby. That doesn't align with me. Did I lose my other dog? Walter? Walter, come here. Okay, didn't lose him too far. Anyways, yeah, every season is something I'm going to learn. There's something that I'm not going to like about a job. There's something I'm not going to like about a place. Like, you're not going to be 100% happy with everything. I just don't think that that's the way life works. Like, you're meant to be uncomfortable. You're meant to have your boundaries pushed and your limits tested. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or I hope you take something away from it. And next week we will be on the road, and I cannot wait to share with you guys what we get to see, where we're exploring, and just life on the road, just real life on the road with May and I. And seeing our new home base for the first time, I am super excited, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys and take you guys along the journey for the summer in Colorado. Until then, we'll see you next time.